Hi, this is Daryl Meyer from Keller, Texas. Today is Monday, June 14th, 2010. Got a lot to cover today, so let's get right to it. This first story out of Arutz Sheva says that Iranian Marines set to escort flotilla to teach Israel lessons. It says 2 Iranian ships intended to head for Hamas-controlled Gaza are waiting for their government's approval to challenge Israel on the high seas, escorted by volunteer Marines that Iranian President Mahmoud Ahmadinejad wants to send to teach Israelis a lesson. I'm curious to see what kind of lesson this is. Now, we know this blockade's in place for Israel's own safety and security, and here is Iran sending military warships to provoke them. Sounds like a lesson in stupidity to me, but hey, let's see what happens. Goes on to say an Iranian Red Crescent official said the 2 ships are waiting for Iranian Foreign Ministry to give the green light for launching, according to the French news service AFP. And it says Red Crescent official Mojtaba Maz also claimed that more than 100,000 Iranians have signed up to board the ships, but only those with expertise would be accepted. He did not define the area of expertise required. Probably guerrilla warfare and terrorist training, those kind of things. Now, this blockade's in place to protect Israel and their people. They allow all the humanitarian aid to flow into Gaza as needed. Okay, food, medical supplies, water, clothing, all kinds of things. The problem is with Hamas, the elected government in Gaza, who basically their charter is set for the destruction of Israel. That's their only goal, is the destruction of Israel. They take all the supplies and keep them and distribute them as they see fit, trying to keep the people of Gaza under their control. Why is nobody throwing up a red flag about Hamas? They take the money that our president just gave to Mahmoud Abbas, and they probably use it to buy weapons to use against Israel. So why doesn't anyone say anything to Hamas about their control over this area? It is a terrorist organization, and that's all they want to do. Let's see what else this says. An Iranian convoy to Israel could provoke a military clash on the high seas, but it would also highlight Israel's claim that lifting the blockade would allow Iran to directly send advanced arms, ammunition, and terrorists to the de facto Hamas government in Gaza. The Iranian Red Crescent ships were prepared with cooperation from the Turkish government, according to the London Express. Ahmadinejad reportedly told Turkish leaders in Istanbul last week that the vessels would be prepared for a direct clash with the Israeli Defense Forces. Yeah, there will be a clash. Let's see what else we can read about it. This came out today out of alertnet.org. Iranian aid ships head for Gaza. The first ship left on Sunday. Another leaves this week. Iran says they will continue until the Gaza blockade is lifted. Let's see. Anyway, this is just getting ridiculous beyond belief, what they're trying to do with people trying to provoke Israel through this. And of course Israel is always viewed as the bad guy by the world because they're so blinded. Here's another story out of WTOP.com. Iran is definitely building a nuclear weapon. Due to concern over potentially harmful international political implications, U.S. officials will only say they believe Iran is engaged in a clandestine program that may yield a nuclear weapon. However, the men and women working undercover to stop Iran from doing so are willing to say much more. There is no doubt Iran is definitely building a nuclear weapon, a senior foreign counter-proliferation official with a U.S. ally says in an exclusive interview with WTOP. He says, yes, it is a fact. They are definitely building a weapon. Curious to see how this unfolds. A lot of things to cover today, so I'm just kind of glancing over the news. Here's a story out of Haaretz.com. Ahmadinejad says Israel and the U.S. are trying to sabotage Iran's relations with Saudi Arabia. Iranian president speaks day after Saudis deny the Times report that Saudi Arabia will allow Israel to use its airspace en route to strike Iran. Now, I reported on this like a couple of months ago when they said it was okay, but Saudi Arabia has conducted a test making sure that they can stand down their air defenses to allow the Israelis to go through, and basically turning a blind eye to let them attack Iran. It shortens their flight time considerably. And interesting. Here's another story out of the timesonline.co.uk. Saudi Arabia gives Israel clear skies to attack Iranian nuclear sites. They conducted this test to stand down its air defenses to enable Israeli jets to make the bombing raid on Iran's nuclear facilities. And this is an interesting development because with some of the things happening within the past couple of weeks, we're probably much closer to seeing this happen. Here's a very disturbing story. This is out of onejerusalem.org. Yahoo and Apple are dividing Jerusalem. The internet giant Yahoo, which runs the weather application for the Apple iPhone, has removed the city of Jerusalem from one of its options and replaced it with East Jerusalem and West Jerusalem. Now, the last time we checked, Jerusalem is the capital of only one state. In fact, as our founding chairman, Natan Sharansky, likes to point out, in all of history, Jerusalem has only been the capital of only one state, ancient and modern Israel. There is no state of Palestine anywhere. Hello? This is very disturbing. I'm not sure what that's all about. Here's something a little odd. This is out of the same website. No photo for Netanyahu, but what about Abbas? Well, that's another matter. While Israel's prime minister was escorted in and out in the dark of the White House, and no photo ops, no nothing, President Abbas was given the royal treatment by President Obama. Of course, Obama used this love fest to chastise Israel over the status quo in Gaza, of course after giving lip service to his commitment to secure Israel. But clearly we see where Obama's loyalties lie with his Muslim brothers. And I don't know whether you can see this or not, but Obama is clearly very pro-Muslim and very anti-Israel. And speaking of Obama, this out of WND.com, election official says, "I'd testify, Obama not born in Hawaii." This clerk is willing to swear in court about no hospital birth record. The former Honolulu elections clerk, who says President Obama was definitely not born in Hawaii and has no birth certificate from any hospital in the Aloha State, says he's willing to testify in court to those facts. "The things I've said, I don't mind testifying in court," Tim Adams, the senior election clerk for the city and county of Honolulu in the 2008 campaign, told WND in an exclusive interview. He said, "I was working there, and this is what it was. I'm not a lawyer, just a civil servant. I know what I know. I know what I was told by the hospitals and by my supervisors." Adams, a Hillary Clinton supporter who now teaches English at Western Kentucky University while he works on his master's degree, asserted that Obama was not born in Hawaii, as the White House claims, and that a long-form hospital-generated birth certificate for Obama does not even exist there. He says there is no birth certificate. It's like an open secret. There isn't one. Everyone in the government there knows this. So basically we have an illegal, uneligible president. This will probably unfold before his term is up, as there are so many people looking for this. Today I want to just give you a little encouragement because there's so much discouraging news in the world these days. Let's start with 2 Corinthians 5 verse 20. "Now then, we are ambassadors for Christ, as though God were pleading through us. We implore you on Christ's behalf, be reconciled to God. For he made him who knew no sin to be sin for us, that we might become the righteousness of God in him." Let's go to Isaiah. Isaiah 46 verses 3 and 4. And that says, "Listen to me, O house of Jacob, and all the remnant of the house of Israel, who have been upheld by me from birth, who have been carried from the womb, even to your old age. I am he, and even to gray hairs I will carry you. I have made, and I will bear, even I will carry, and will deliver you." Let's go to Psalm 27. Verse 13 and 14. "I would have lost heart unless I had believed that I would see the goodness of the Lord in the land of the living. Wait on the Lord, be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. Wait, I say, on the Lord. Okay, how about Psalm 37, verse 39 and 40? But the salvation of the righteous is from the Lord. He is their strength in the time of trouble, and the Lord shall help them and deliver them. He shall deliver them from the wicked and save them, because they trust in Him. How about Proverbs 9, verses 10 and 11? I know, you probably know these verses. That says, "For the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and the knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. For by me your days will be multiplied, and years of life will be added to you." You know, it's interesting to watch what's going on in the world, especially with these end-time prophecies we're seeing them come to pass, and the only way to be saved is through Jesus Christ. God bless you. Hope to see you tomorrow.